Hey, I'm live a little bit early. Just wanted to make sure everything is working. So if you're an early bird like me, let's go. All right, I want to share my screen. We're going to get started. So yeah, a few minutes early, but wanted to make sure the tech was all ironed out. Cool. So yeah, let's share my sound. We can listen to some Olivia Rodrigo, who I love. Let's do that. Okay. Maybe you never get it all. Let's see. Let me share this. Okay. Now that I know the tech is working, I will be right back. Ooh, what are we going to play? Oh, Deja Vu. I like that one. Perfect. All right. I will be back in 1 minute. We will start right at 1 p.m.
Car ride to Malibu, strawberry ice cream. 1 spoon for 2 and trading jackets. Laughing about how small it looks on Malibu, strawberry ice cream. 1 spoon for 2 and trading gems of glee. Being the laughing about how small it singing in harmony. Opposites bright ice cream. To all the friends saying you're so unique. Gems of glee. Being the laughing. So when you gonna tell me that we did that too? She thinks it's saying, but it's all reused. That was our place. I found it first. I made the jokes you tell to her when she's with you. We did that too. She thinks it's get deja vu when she's with you, but it's all reused. That was our place. I found it first. I made the jokes you tell to her when she's with you. Get deja vu.
Okay. Hello. We have the slides working. We have Zoom working. I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves because who knows if it's going to continue working. Let me just edit this. How do I edit my name when I'm in this? Well, I want to put my pronouns, but I am Julia Campbell. Use the pronouns she and hers. Happy Pride Month, everybody. So excited to be here with you today. And yeah, let's just kick this off. I really want to talk about what we're going to talk about today. 10 specific ways to use nonprofit storytelling in your fundraising campaign. So if you have questions, throw them in the comments. I will do my absolute best to try to monitor the comments and make sure that I get all of your questions answered. So housekeeping before we start. This is the last week that my storytelling course is open for new students before I close it again in probably until 2020. So Storytelling That Sticks, it's open for enrollment. Go to storytellingthatsticks.com, use the code 50storytelling to get $50 off your enrollment. I'd love to see you in the course. it starts next week. And like I said before, I am not running it again until 2022. If then I have some new exciting things in mind, maybe for next year and the end of this year. So you just never know with me. So if you want to jump on that, you get lifetime access and any updates and lots of other cool stuff. So check that out and make sure you email me any questions that you have about it. All right, let's jump right into number one. I don't think they're in order, right? So I'm going to give you 10 ways that you can use nonprofit storytelling, digital storytelling in your online fundraising campaign. The very first way you can use storytelling is with video. We know this, but the key is not to just say, hey, watch our video, watch our fundraising video. No, pull out a quote. It's not so much how you fall, it's how you get back up. Tell a story in the caption that's going to pique my interest and grab my attention and get me curious and make me want to learn more. So use powerful video, ask for a contribution to the campaign during the video and at the end of the video. So in this particular video, Seasons of Sharing, you hear an inspiring story of Bobby, a homeless woman who was helped by the Chronicle Season of Sharing Fund to become more empowered and more hopeful. And you meet Ia, who is a just regular lay normal person who does not have a lot of money, but she still gives, and she tells you why. So I get chills watching this simple video. We can watch a little bit of it right now, but it's
when you're homeless, your life is over.
Definitely can send you
when
the
you're
link.
in a home, you feel like a different person. I've worked most of my life here in Silicon Valley, and suddenly I didn't have those jobs. I had to put everything together in my car and get out, and that's how I wound up homeless. When I lost everything, I was really terrified. With no money and no family helping me, what can you do? You've got to go on the street and try to survive. When I first got help from Season of Sharing, it was just like opening up the world for me to give me some hope.
Season of Sharing is something that people can give to and know that 100% of your donation goes to a one-time boost to somebody in a really critical point in their lives. The reason that I think Season of Sharing is so cool actually is because you don't have to give very much. Somebody like me who is living paycheck to paycheck sometimes can still donate a little bit, and I know that it's going to a good cause.
If everybody could get involved with Season of Sharing, the world would be beautiful.
I sort of imagine the smile on somebody's face when they're getting that little boost, and it is a little emotional. It is.
It's emotional. I absolutely adore that video. So if you think about it, think about how you are making your donor feel, and think about the story that you're telling that is going to help them tell the story that they want to tell about themselves. So
when you're homeless, your life is...
think telling a story of a donor, also telling a story of a recipient. And if, they don't have to meet, you don't have to have them meet each other. Like they never meet each other in that video, but you can see that Ia really feels strongly that even if she's living paycheck to paycheck, she can still contribute and she can still make someone's life better. And she feels really excited about that. Okay. Number 2, let me just check on all of the tech, because sometimes I do feel like I am just kind of talking to myself, but we'll see. You can also watch the replay, of course, when it's done. So no worries there. So the second piece of advice, the second tip, is to put colorful action photos joined with your storytelling on social media. So put a story of your program in action. You can also ask people to read more at your website and then incorporate a donation ask there. The key with colorful photos, action photos like this one from Women for Women, is that it helps stop the scroll and it grabs attention and it just automatically draws your eye in. So colorful photos on your website, colorful photos on your donation page, colorful photos on your social media, that's going to draw the eye to the photo and hopefully stop the scroll, because that's the key. If you can't stop the scroll, if you can't make me pay attention, then how are you going to make me actually read what you're saying or understand or hear you and actually take an action? So colorful photos. Share stories about staff members, share stories about staff members, about their family, share stories that encourage your online community to share their stories. If you're asking for people to share their stories, you have to go first. You've got to go first, depending on your online fundraising campaign or depending on your storytelling campaign. So This Is Life is Good. They tell the story about Joan, Bert and John's mom, and they really encourage you to share your mom's story with Grow the Good. This is the Macmillan Cancer Support Center. They did a fundraising campaign around Father's Day. That's my dad. And they wanted people to share their moments and their best memories of their own fathers or people that were like fathers to them. But you can't just ask people for stories or ask them to share stories without doing it first. You got to kind of break the ice there, because people need examples and people need to know what they're looking for. And as you can see in this post, once they did that, once Victoria generously shared her photo, you can see a lot of the comments coming in and people sharing and people donating inspired by that story. Okay, moving right along, we're at number 4. I like this one. Provide an update on a client and encourage people to read more on your campaign website. So why not do more and encourage your clients more? I mean, not encourage your clients. Why not do more to showcase the amazing work of your clients to get where they are? And it doesn't have to be all wrapped up in a bow. This is what I think we get wrong with storytelling. It doesn't have to be wrapped up in a bow and the hero's journey where it has a beginning, middle, and end, and it doesn't have to have a super saccharine sweet ending. You can tell a story in parts. And that's what the Heart Center does at Boston Children's Hospital. Actually, they give pretty frequent updates on a lot of their clients at the Heart Center. That's what Charity Water does. They go back to the sites where they built wells and they revisit it and they keep telling the story over and over and over again, because the story doesn't really necessarily end. And the story doesn't end when people get treatment or when they get our services. Like, the story continues. So to tell the story only up until the point of when the nonprofit intervened or when there was some kind of service provided, I think that's very limiting. So consider telling a story in a sequence, telling a story in parts, providing an update on a client, and then encouraging people to, write a great ending to the story or to contribute to the fundraising campaign. Number 5, this is a great way to use social media during a fundraising campaign, because when you ask for messages of support and encouragement, when you ask for people to participate in the work that you're doing, it's really going to help draw that community in and get engagement. And engagement, especially on social media, means more views, more reach, and hopefully more action being taken. Certainly more people are going to see it if a lot of people are, sending messages of support to the brave women survivors of the Nepal earthquake. Any way you can encourage people to send messages of support, or any way you can just encourage action in some tiny little way, right? Do something right. Let's give a double tap for Angela. So double tap on Instagram means a like. So it's speaking the language of Instagram, but it's also actively encouraging people to participate and stop the scroll and not just look passively. It does want you also to click the link in the bio, but the very first thing is engage with us, give us messages of support, or, share that you like this photo so that more people will see it. Okay, now we're on to number 6. I don't actually see any questions coming in, but that doesn't mean that there aren't, because, you know, who knows with Facebook? We love Facebook, don't we? But it's actually letting me broadcast to Facebook today, so that's good. So if you do have a question, put it into the comments. Hopefully I will see it. If not, then, you know, I'll see it later and I'll answer it later, but we can just do what we can do right now. We're going to continue with my top 10 ways to use storytelling in your online fundraising campaigns. Number 6 is to share frequent updates and successes while encouraging people to contribute if they haven't had time to do so already. So letting them know, hey, we are halfway to our goal. We are a quarter of way to our goal. The matching gift is almost up, or we've almost reached the matching gift. You know, this is Ambassador Alyssa, currently showing no evidence of disease. She wants to give you a round of applause for the amazing fundraising. You can put the link in the bio, you can put the link in the caption, but sharing these kinds of stories, and a story really could be a photo and just a couple of sentences. Also, educating and informing with storytelling. So share a piece of information that's maybe kind of unexpected to tell a fuller picture of what you do. So Cape Ann Animal Aid, I mean, they're an animal charity. So they share a lot of information about how they go beyond just animal fostering, beyond just adopting, getting animals adopted. They want happier, more well-adjusted animals, which leads to more successful adoptions. So they provide these sensory experiences and activities for the cats that are in their care. And I mean, all the animals that are in their care, because their philosophy is that we don't just, you know, kind of shelter these cats and dogs and provide them with forever homes, which is obviously their main goal, but they really want to take care of the animal externally and internally. And it's really part of their philosophy. So when they tell these stories, you do get a great idea of how they work, their values, their ethics that are going to draw you in more and make you more likely, if this is your idea of something, you know, if this is in line with your values and your ethics, something, maybe a cause that you're much more likely to support. Number 8, behind the scenes stories. Show us something exclusive. Give us a reason to follow you on social media channels. Give us a reason to actually be interested in what you're doing. You know, give us a reason to be paying attention, to watching your video, to participating online. So give us a reason to, you know, it's, what is it? Give Tracy Chapman, give me one reason to stay here and I'll turn right back around. That's exactly what we need to be doing with our storytelling. How can we intrigue people, pique their curiosity, and get them to want to learn more? This is what so many nonprofits get very, very wrong about social media marketing, especially, and sometimes storytelling. They think it's fully promotional. They think that everything they should be doing is promoting, get them to our website, get them to sign up, get them to click, get them to this, get them to that. But what they don't realize is that it's really about a value exchange, and they don't owe us their attention. Nobody owes us their attention and their interest. We have to earn it, right? Okay. All righty. Number 9. Be sure, if you're raising money on social media, if you're signed up with Facebook charitable giving tools, that when you're running an online fundraising campaign, you are leveraging the tools at your disposal. This does not mean only use Facebook fundraising, but it does mean going multi-channel, using direct mail, using your website, using email, using social media. So use the Facebook donate button during a Facebook Live, you know, talking about your fundraising campaign. Individuals who want to raise money on your behalf, they can add the Facebook donate button. to their Facebook Live videos. You can add the Instagram Live donate button. It's just a way to bring in more people, maybe a brand new audience that's very interested in what you do. And they just want to see some faces. They want to hear about your program. They want to hear about your fundraising campaign. We have to remember that when we are fundraising, it doesn't matter what channel it's on. It doesn't matter if it's Instagram or a letter or whatever it is. We have to remember that it's why now, why this? Why now, why this? Why should I care about this right now? We have to continue to establish urgency and relevancy. Urgency and relevancy are hugely, hugely important, especially in the online fundraising game or in the fundraising game, just in general. And number 10, acknowledge and thank. Acknowledge and thank and offer opportunities to get involved. You can also, at the very last minute, create a sense of urgency. We only need 247 more people to give to unlock a $50,000 matching gift from a generous donor. So really telling a story about why this is relevant, why this is urgent. If you have a matching gift for your fundraising campaign, play it up. If you have a goal, if you have a specific deadline, a specific project, a specific milestone you're trying to reach, keep people informed and do it through story. So key points from today's session. Visuals are non-negotiable. I wouldn't even say they're vital. They're non-negotiable to successful digital storytelling, especially during fundraising campaigns, online, offline, multi-channel. Videos featuring the authentic stories of real people in real situations are without a doubt the most effective and engaging types of content. This is, I'm not trying to fight with you. This is just the way it is. Focus on getting your message across with the story and knocking down all barriers to getting that donation. All barriers. What are the obstacles? What are the stereotypes? What are the myths? What are the misconceptions? And not even that, knocking down all barriers with technology. So using all the tools at your disposal, using text to give, using Facebook fundraising, using your website, using direct mail, however your donors want you to ask them, however they prefer to give. And I'm willing to bet that there are tons of different segments of all of your donors willing to give in a ton of different ways. So you cannot just rely on one avenue to get them there. Okay. All right. So let me see. Are there any questions, any concerns, any feedback that you might have about storytelling for fundraising campaigns? Maybe just storytelling in general. I would love to answer any questions that you have about my program. I will put all this information in the comments. I'm also going to put this video on YouTube. You can watch the replay here right in the group, or you can watch the replay on YouTube. So let me just put my email. Email me at julia@jcsocialmarketing.com with any questions that you have about this or that you have about storytelling in general. So I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you for joining me for this really ultra fast, quick mini training today. Happy to be here with you. I'm hoping the sound worked and everything worked today. And if you're going to Planet Philanthropy this weekend in Florida, I will be there. I'm so excited. My very first in-person speaking engagement in a very long time. I'm also going to speak in Wisconsin at the Community Cooperative Association event in Milwaukee next week. So let me know where you are, what you're working on, and I hope to see you inside Storytelling That Sticks. All right, take care, everybody.